Hi everyone, this is Alex Kwok. Welcome to our Wix tutorial. In this tutorial, I will teach you how to build a website using Wix Editor. So, let's begin. The first thing you should do is to go to www.wix.com, then by choosing Get Started and sign up. You may create an account, fill all the required information, and then sign up for an account. Then, log in to the website by clicking the login icon and enter your registration details. You will see the following page after logging in. This is the place where your future website project will be located. Create new site. Wix will usually ask you to fill out more information about the website you want to construct so that they can make more accurate recommendations to you. However, for our convenience, we will keep clicking the skip buttons this time. You will arrive at this page if you continue to click the skip button. It asks if you want to build with a template or have a site built from scratch. We will click Begin with a template. You can get hundreds of templates that used for building your website with Wix. For example, business and services, store, creative, community, and blog. In this case, we are going to choose a nice template to work with. For convenience purpose, we can search product landing page here. Great! I like this template. Let's use it for demonstration. Let's click Edit. Your browser will then display a new page. This is how our template looks like. Let's take a look at some of the most useful buttons and tools that we can use while editing our sites. First, we have the Save button over here, which allows us to save our work as we go. We have the Preview button over here. It allows us to go over our site and make sure everything is in order before we post it. And the Publish button over here. It allows us to publish our website. So, let's go to the left panel now. The Add Element panel is located at the top. We can add several elements to our site from this page. You can see we can add a text, image, button, script, decorative, box, and you can see the list goes on. Next, we have the Add Section panel. It allows us to create sections for this website, as you can see from the example here. The Pages and Menu panel comes next. All of your site's pages can be found here. The Site Design comes next. Here, you can see the site theme. You may change the entire design and feel of your site with just one click. You may continue explore the remaining panels. For example, In the Media Manager panel, you can upload your own media here. You can also see Photo Studio, Video Maker, free with images, and free with videos. Like Microsoft Word, there are undo and redo buttons. The undo and redo buttons are located here. Then, there's zoom out and reorder. Zoom out and reorder is fantastic since you can zoom out and then change whatever order your material is in. Then, there's tools. Here, we have a toolbar. The layers, rulers, grid lines, and snap to objects. When you are trying to edit your website in the future, the Tools panel is very useful. We have the search over here. You can search for anything in the editor from this page. As an example, you could include a box. Let's start typing box. When we hover over the results, we can see that the related boxes open from the left. The search panel is very useful when we are building our website. Now, we have reviewed all of the tools. Let's look at the editor stage. This portion that you are currently viewing is known as the About the Flow section. And it is the first section that your site visitors will see. Hence, it is the most significant section for grabbing your customers' attention. We must explain who we are, what we do, and where we want them to click here. For example, if you were a store, you would give your store name, explain what you sell, and then possibly include a Buy Now button to drive your user there. With that in mind, let's examine the actual page structure. We have a header, a page, and a footer on width. The header and footer are the primary parts. Let's click the header and take a look. We can go to the Tools panel, go to Layers, and click Headers. We can see that the header is now open. The items inside the header are all orange, as you can see. This is due to the fact that they will appear on all pages. It is crucial to remember that every orange element will be applied to all pages. As you can see, we have some of our best elements shown here. So we have our company name, a logo, a menu, and a call to action. It is crucial to position the menu in the header so that it appears on all pages and allow your site visitors to navigate your site. Let's proceed down the page. Next, we have the page. This page is largely comprised of sections and scripts. As you can see, we have a task box here. I will demonstrate how to alter some tasks. We can erase some tasks by double-clicking. It is as simple as that. We can double-click once more to re-add the task. We'll keep scrolling down to see what else is on the site. You can see the scripts and elements that have been introduced in this session. We can get to the footer by clicking here. The footer elements are just as crucial as the header elements. As you can see, we have included Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Terms and conditions, shipping and returns, and the privacy policy are also available. Now, we are going to add a new page. So, let's go to Pages and Menu, then down to Add Page, and select Blank Page. The left panel has appeared to allow us to rename the page. So we'll double-click the name and type Layout as the name of the page. Click Done. So, first and foremost, we can see the page grid lines here on the page. One on the left and one on the right. These grid lines are very important because all of your content must fit between these grid lines. So for example, if you put something out here or out here, there's a risk it will be cut off on a smaller screen. Let's add a script. We will go to the Add Element panels, select Script, Classic, and a Write Script. Let's bring it to the stage. We can still see the same grid lines in the script. One on the left and one on the right. Let's add a container box to approximately display things on your web page. We will open the Add Elements panel. Navigate to Box and select a Container Boxes. We will bring the container box up to the stage. We will go to Design and adjust the color here. We will proceed to change Design, Customize Design, Fill Color and Opacity. Let's make this blue instead of black. Now, we are going to change the width and height of the box. We will increase the width to 980 pixels and the height to 400 pixels. Press enter. Go to Preview by clicking the Preview button and shows you what happens when we reduce the screen size. Let's start by shrinking the screen. As you can see, the right parts are decreasing while the blue areas are fine. We'll return to the editor. Now, I am going to show you how to add columns. We can add columns by clicking the Layer button at the top of the script. and then press Add Column. As you can see, our content is divided into two parts. You can see that there are two sets of grid lines on the page now. There's one on the left and one on the right. Let's check our preview to see what occurs. Again, when we decrease the screen, it's the right area that decreases, and the blue area is absolutely fine. Let's go back to the editor. We can adjust the column proportion by clicking the script and going to Layout. As you can see, the proportions are currently 50-50. For example, if you want to include a small image on the left and large text on the right, you can do so by changing the column proportions to 25-75. Take a brief glance. Okay, right now, you should have learned something related to the layout and the grid lines of a web page. Next, I'm going to teach you how to use the Pages and Menu panel to manage your site pages. You can have as many different pages as you want or a one-page site depending on your preference. As you can see, we have different pages in this scenario. We have structured the web by putting different content on different pages. You could, for example, have a home page, an about page, and a content page. You may also put all of this content on one site, in which case, I will show you how to use an anchor to quickly and efficiently redirect your visitor to a different area on the site later. So, let's take a look at our Pages and Menu panel. We can see that we have all the pages in our site here, which will help us browse the site. So far, we have got a home page, a FAQ, terms and conditions, a shipping policy, a privacy policy, and a shop. In this scenario, because we already have the terms and conditions and the shopping policy in our footer, we will remove them. So, to do this, click the ellipse menu and then click Hide to go down. We will also hide the shipping policy. We are not deleting these pages because they are also linked in the footer. Thus, removing them will prevent the user from accessing the page at all. As you can see, we now have a home page, FAQ, and a privacy policy. We will also hide the privacy policy. Because this site is for a store, we can see that our store is hidden. Thus, we must unhide it by clicking the Show button. Now, we will take a look at the layout of our menu. When we click Layout, you may specify how your text should be aligned. It is currently aligned to the center. We can align it to the left or to the right. In this situation, we will maintain it aligned with the center. We can also choose whether to display items from the left to the right or right to the left. This is dependent on the language you are using. In our situation, we will continue from left to the right. It is also fantastic to know that you can entirely customize your menu by clicking Design. We have decided on a themed menu. You can choose a whole different themed menu if you want. Or you can maintain your current menu and select Customize Design. That's what we are going to look into. In terms of personalization, you have a lot of options. The first thing you may do is change the backdrop of the submenu. You can make this any color you like. You may also add corners to your submenu and add a shadow to your menu, and modify the text, color, font, and font size. Let's say you want to increase the font size from 16 to 20. You could see how much it grew. We will keep it at 16 in this scenario. There are also other interesting functions. You may explore them yourself. If you have a particularly long site, as opposed to a site with many separate pages, you can use an anchor to transport your site visitor to a certain point on the site. First, we will scroll down and select a location on the site to use. I believe the subscribe portion is crucial. A subscribe area encourages your users to sign up and subscribe to your site. We definitely want our users to sign up so that we can alert them when we have discounts, promotions, and just news updates in general. So, let's insert an anchor here. And click Add a link. You can link many things here. You can choose a page, a web address, a session or anchor, a top or bottom of page, a document, an email, a phone number, or a lightbox. In this scenario, we will go with session or anchor. As you can see, you may select which page to place your anchor on. In this example, we are on the home page, so we will select home. Then, it asks, where on this page? For this case, we hope to bring users to the subscription session, so we will click Session, Subscribe. And then we will click Done. We can see that we have added an anchor for the subscription session. So let's rename this anchor to Subscribe and click Done. Now, let's have a look at our menu. We now have a Home, Subscribe, FAQ, and Shop page. So let's click Preview to see what occurs when we hit Subscribe. So we go to the top of our page, click subscribe, and you can see it instantly lead us down to the subscribe section of the page. As previously stated, having this available is very fantastic because you can lead your users to different areas on your sites, which is especially useful if you have a lot of content on one page. As previously stated, it is entirely up to you how you wish to design your website. You can have separate pages with different content, or you can have different scripts and sections for different information on your site. So, you have learned how to add an anchor and how to link the anchor at your menu. I'm going to show you how to add elements to your pages. We are going to click the Add Elements panel. As you can see, we can add a text, image, button, strip, gallery, and different kinds of decorative elements such as vector arts to really bring your site to life. You may also include stuff like social symbol, contact and forms, and so on. I'm going to teach you how to add a strip, add images and texts to the strip, and make your web page seems extremely fantastic. So let's get started. We go to the Add Elements panel. Select Strip from this menu. In this situation, we will just use a classic strip. But as you can see, there are other types of strips available, such as featured strip, an about strip, a services strip, and a contact strip. So let's go with a classic strip. We'll move it onto the stage by just pulling it across. Let's pull it underneath our first strip. We can now use the toolbar to change the height of the strip. So in this situation, let's set it to 800 pixels. And then pull it down. We are going to add a column to the strip so that we have two independent columns where we can put different materials. Click Layout, and then Add Column to add a column. When you click it, the grid lines move. And we now have a set of grid lines in the first column and a set on the right. Now, I will demonstrate how to add a background image and a background video to the columns. We'll go ahead and hit Change Column Background. When we click it, we can see that we have the options of changing its color or adding an image or a video. In this case, we will select an image. When we click Image, the Media Manager appears. We can fill media from Wix, Shuttershot, and Unsplash here, as well as our site files. I'm going to search a sleeping photo. Type sleep in the search bar and press Enter. I like this photo, so I will click it and hit Change Background. Now modify the background of the right column. So I'm going to click Change Column Background then video this time, which bring up the media manager again. And this time, I'm going to search running in the search bar. I like this video, so I will click it and hit change background again. You can see it doesn't look so good because the picture and the video are so close together. So let's fix this by clicking the strip. We'll go to Layout and scroll down to modify the column spacing. Let's make this 40 pixels and press Enter. As we can see, this has created some spaces between the two columns. To make it much better, let's go to Stretch it to add margins. Make them to 190 pixels. You can see what's going on here. Okay. It adds spaces to both the left and right sides, and we have column spacing in the center, so it looks great. Now, we have completed our backgrounds. Adding content to the page. We'll go to the Add Elements panel again, and this time, we'll add some images. Go to Images and search Wound in the search bar. I'm going to use this wound image. Click the image to add it. I'm going to reduce the size and place it here. Next, I would like to include some text as a description. Go to the Add Elements panel again. And this time, go to Text and trim the text. You can see here that you can choose different types of text. For example, you can add a heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, or you can add a paragraph. And these are previously formatted for you. We'll choose heading 3. Let's place it here and type "Track your sleeping." We can go to Edit Text and change the format from left alignment to center. We will do the same for the right column. Go to the Add Elements panel, Image, and then search Sun in the search bar. Place the sun here. And then place the text here. You may copy and paste the text by using Command C and Command V. We are going to write "Track your exercise." Perfect. It's not great. The only problem now is that because the image and the video belief is a little bit too bright, we need to modify the background opacity so that the text stand out on the dark side of the picture and the video. Simply click Change Column Background and then go to Settings and adjust the opacity. is currently set to 100%, but in this case, we will lower it to 80% and see what happens. You can see that it has made the image slightly darker and the text are more readable. Do the same for the video. In terms of accessibility, it is always best to have brighter texts on a darker background, so they are easy to read. You may click Preview to see the outcome. Finally, once we have finished editing our web pages, we hope to put it online. I will demonstrate how to do so. It's really easy. It is always a good idea to preview the website before publishing it. Everything appears to be in order, and I believe we are ready to publish. We will click this Publish button on the upper right-hand corner. Congratulations! Our site is now released and is available online. It is published with the use of the free Wix URL. You may explore your website using this URL. If you want to change the setting of the URL, you may click the Wix icon on the upper left-hand corner to enter the dashboard. This dashboard is the back office of Wix, which has everything we need. So, let's navigate to the Settings menu, and then proceed to Website Settings. You may adjust the settings such as site name and site address over here. By the way, you can always go back to your project by clicking the button next to the Wix icon, and then press Go to My Sites. So, that's all for this tutorial. Happy learning!